I think if I was on that conference call, I think I would take the time to make it really awkward.
Yeah.
In the moment. Just like, wait, excuse me? Like, can you repeat that? Like, what do you mean by that? It's Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. I'm here with my friend Sam. Sam is big announcement about to be, she actually is. I'm going to take Sam's boss's job for 1 minute and say Sam is the CMO of Phusion Projects. You may not have heard of Phusion Projects, but you have heard of delightful products like Four Loko, Mamitas, and Pirate Water. You can say hi, Sam.
Hi.
This is Sam, the CMO.
Yeah.
She's gone through a training program, which is how she got to be a CMO, in addition to being a fantastic person and a great marketer. So this is the Token CEO podcast. I'm Erika. I'm the CEO of Barstool Sports. I did not take a certification class, which I think shows. Before we get into, Sam and I are going to be doing Q&A today. So Sam's here as our special guest all week long. I'm going to just hog her to myself. Yes. Jason's lucky. I might steal Sam. I think Sam would be great. We need a CMO.
She already knows everyone here.
I know. It'd be so easy. All right. Anyway, so Sam, you kind of work for a small business.
Yeah.
Do you know what the employee retention credit is?
Yes.
Okay. The employee retention credit is that if you, like Phusion Projects or Barstool Sports, employed people during COVID, you are eligible for up to $26,000 in tax credits from the federal government because you were great enough to keep people employed. What's great about Omega Accounting Solutions is that they're a small business champion. They have teams dedicated to maximizing tax credits. I mean, these guys eat, live, and breathe tax credits. Sam, on the other hand, is thinking like, how do I get 25-year-olds totally blitzed? Not the people at Omega Accounting Solutions. They're thinking about your taxes. So if you want to take advantage, if you employed people, your business was healthy enough to survive, you scrapped, you were creative, you did whatever it is you could do to keep the lights on and keep people employed, now is the time where you can get paid back. You can call 800-300-9ERC. That's 800-300-9ERC. 800-300-9ERC, or visit omegataxcredits.com/Barstool Sports now. How did you feel about that ad, Sam?
That was great.
That was okay?
Yeah, I thought
you're a CMO, so
yeah.
I just want any
I
feedback.
thought that was great. No.
All right, great. So, all right, that's Omega Accounting Solutions. All right, so Sam's here. We launched a project together called Pirate Water, which is pretty amazing. So Dana Beers and Brianna Chicken Fry and that lovely Grace and Kevin and John Feidelberg, we should actually just call them the Feidelbergs, are faces of Pirate Water. Pirate Water is a new 10% APV malt beverage. It is delicious. There's all sorts of flavors. Mine is Miami Vice, and you can find it in Circle K. You can find it in GoPuff. You could find it one other place. Where
Walmart.
Did you say? Walmart.
Yes.
You can find it in Walmart. Who doesn't want to find a good one-bite pizza and a alcoholic beverage at Walmart? But Sam's here with us this week. We're celebrating our launch,
yes.
and we had a client council today, so Sam's getting a lot done for us.
Yes.
But right now we're going to do Q&A. So
yeah.
Sam, do you want to do the first question?
Yeah. So do you have any recommendations for how a college student can get connected to mentors or someone to shadow? I know I don't have a lot to offer in return, but I've worked unpaid just to learn under someone given the opportunity.
Great. What's your advice to them?
I would say start reaching out on, like, go on LinkedIn, go on social, like find people, wherever they're easiest to get a hold of, and, just show interest in the most genuine way. Like, don't be like you're trying to gain something.
Self-serving.
Don't be self-serving. Like, say, here's how I can help you. Here's what I'm offering or can offer to you, and I'm just trying to learn and spend either, whether it be 2 weeks or 3 months, whatever the time frame might be.
That's great. I bet a lot of people probably want to be mentored by you.
That's it. Yeah, I'd love to mentor.
Do you have a mentee?
I don't know. I would be happy to.
So how would you want somebody to reach out to you?
Someone can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Do you respond to your LinkedIn?
Like if it's if it's meaningful. Yeah, if it's meaningful, I definitely will.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Let's give Sam a mentee. If you are watching this, you want someone who is a chief marketing officer to mentor you, Sam is your girl.
I'm here.
All right, that's great.
Here's a good one. Should you tell...
Sometimes the grammar's real off. So you just you read it and you're like, I'm not sure how this is supposed to go, but you just go with it.
Okay, let's try this. Should you tell your current manager that you are applying, interviewing externally? I have a great relationship with my boss, but I've been asking for a raise promotion for 2 years and keep being asked to hold on. I don't want to surprise them if I accept an offer elsewhere.
Ooh, okay. What do you think, Sam?
I think this is a tricky one. I think it depends on the relationship with your manager. I think you should be transparent in terms of like you want to give them a heads up. I think how you should say to them, I know you're telling me to hold on about a promotion, but I'm ready to look externally if you're not going to give me this and see how they respond to that.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
I think if you haven't gotten a raise or a promotion in 2 years, I don't know. Look, I think sometimes people have unrealistic expectations for raises. Like, look, normal raises are like between 1% and 8%. When you say, I think that's kind of normal. So if you're expecting like 100% raise, like you might be barking up the wrong tree. But if you haven't gotten a raise, I don't think getting promoted every 2 years is realistic.
No.
I think that's reasonable. But if you also haven't gotten a raise, your company might not be in the best position, or you might not be doing the best work.
Yes.
So I think it's a good thing to have a conversation with your manager and basically be like, what's up? Like, am I holding on because the company isn't in a great place? Am I holding on because I've got to develop some skills that I don't have, or display some maturity that I haven't, or do whatever? Or is it that like it's never going to happen?
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes forcing that kind of conversation respectffully with your boss can yield some good results.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you agree with that?
I totally agree.
Have you ever had a bad boss?
Yes.
What
Years ago.
How did you leave your bad boss?
We left at that point probably, I think it was, I was moving cities.
Okay, you're like, I'm not just quitting you, I'm quitting the entire city.
Yeah, like it was like going into a new industry, going into alcohol, going into new industry.
So you were leaving an industry for a new industry.
Yeah, so that one was more, it just made sense.
Like a life change.
Yeah, going from agencies to brand, client side. Yep. So I think at that point it was just, this is a big move. So
I'm making the move.
Yeah, but I've had conversations like this, and I agree with, you shouldn't expect to be promoted in a given time frame. I think it's when you feel your skill set's ready for that, or that you've done what you needed to do within that position.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Do you want to do another question?
Sure.
All right.
Let's do another. Any advice on what to do when an older male colleague says in a call with cross-functional team members that you are inexperienced and not trained? He works on a different team, and I made my boss aware of the comments after he called, but now I'm at a loss.
Ooh, okay. This is a good one, Sam.
Yeah. This is a good one.
I mean, this is where I'm trying to be more mature. I had a great display of maturity this week. Do you want to hear about it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So Sunday night, I get an email, and it like wildly pissed me off.
Yes.
Okay. Just like, when you're in bed on Sunday night and you've been bored since like 2 p.m. and you're just like, I'm crazy. Like, I was just itching to get back to work on Monday. Does this ever happen to you, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm there, and this email, like, makes me so mad. And so then I was like, so then I craft the, like, ultimate, like, bitchy, not bitchy, zinger, like, I'm going to bury you in my points email. And then I was like, let it sit there. I closed my phone, or I, put my phone down. And then I was like, you know what? That's not an appropriate email to send. So then I wrote another. I deleted it. Then I wrote another email. And my second email was, hey, why don't blah, blah, blah. But it still had like a 10% zinger in it. If the real email was like a 2,000, this was like a 10%. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And that was the right, mature thing to do.
Yes. That's something.
Does that ever happen to you?
Oh, it absolutely does.
Do people make you mad, Sam? You seem so nice.
No, I have two
You're
sides.
like
Yeah.
I'm
a Gemini.
You're a Gemini? Yeah. Okay.
That's
watch out for you, Sam. Oh, you are too?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never seen Mackenzie mad, but I do not want to see that.
That's it, yeah. So I have I can zing.
get mad.
Jason always says, I can bring it out when needed.
Okay, so but this isn't this topic. So if you're on a conference call and you have an older colleague who's senior to you who says that you're, what was it?
Inexperienced and not trained.
I would be like, you're old and irrelevant. That's what I would want to say coming out of my mouth, which is why I said that story.
Yeah.
I think if I was on that conference call, I think I would take the time to make it really awkward.
Yeah.
In the moment. Just like, wait, excuse me? Like, hey, Bob, can you repeat that? Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And I'm really open. You've got to be like real nice and open at that point. but make it uncomfortable. So I think you're like, hey, I would love to talk more about that. I think if you've told your boss that happened, the wild move, and I would highly recommend it, is to write Bob and be like, hey, Bob, I heard you on the call the other day.
Yeah.
That, as I'm sure it was intended, did not make me feel great. I'd love to hear more about your perspective, and I would force a one-on-one with Bob. What would you do?
I would do the same, and I would say, give me
specific examples.
Yep. Because most likely they don't.
Most likely it's like there's a bigger issue afoot, or you're threatening to the person, or that guy doesn't like change or whatever.
Yes.
So let us know if you do that. All right, so this is my Oura ring. Do you want to see my Oura ring, Sam? Look at those nails, Sam.
I went for the green.
That you are so on brand right now. I'm so happy you're a CMO. Like, you are crushing it right now.
Thank you.
Okay,
That's
so
very cool.
This is an Oura ring. If you're not bejeweled with like purple boots and green fingernails, even if you are, you may want to know about your health insights. So the amazing thing about the Oura ring, do you work out, Sam?
Yes.
Like obsessively or not obsessively?
Somewhat.
Obsessively? What's your exercise?
I love yoga, Pilates, HIIT type classes.
Okay. Do you do them on Peloton, or do you do them like in real classes?
I do real classes.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I have this Pilates lady on Peloton, Kristen McGee. I'm obsessed with her.
Okay.
She's kind of annoying, but actually I love her. Like, okay.
You need someone a little bit.
You need somebody who's going to be like, relax your core, tighten your core, whatever. Anyways, I'm doing 1,000 things wrong with it. But what's great about the Oura ring is that it helps me know it. So if I'm getting pissed off and thinking about writing bitchy emails instead of getting sleep, bing, the Oura ring tells me. If I'm not holding my core in Pilates and getting enough calories burned or strength gained, Oura tells me. So what's amazing about the Oura ring, I'm so excited the Oura ring is with us. My friend Dylan has a gold one, which is like so nice. So mine's silver, but Dylan's is gold. So let me tell you what Oura ring really does. They deliver accurate, personalized health insights from a comfortable to wear ring. I do not want to wear an Apple Watch. Like, I think it's like bad for my look. So a ring is like a little bit more discreet and a lot more stylish. What's amazing is that during the day, the Oura ring's advanced sensor technology tracks heart rate, calories burned, and activity levels. At night, it monitors how bitchy your emails are, temperature trends, just kidding on that, sleep quality, respiratory rate, and more. You receive all this data. All the data is on an app in my phone. It's easy to wear. It's water resistant. 2 styles, 5 colors, so it matches your aesthetic. They've got a pink, green, and special one just for Sam. They don't really, but they would if they knew Sam. And if you go to Oura Ring, that's Oura, so OuraRing.com/token, you can find the right ring for you.
This one's it. So thoughts on changing industries. I work in the automotive industry currently, and I've always been curious about transitioning to something in tech or similar. I'm currently the executive director of marketing at a family-owned business, and I'm starting to think about what's next. What's the best way to convey skill sets that come from an unrelated industry?
Okay, so you've done this, Sam.
Yeah.
And taken a course.
I have, yeah. So how I've done it before when I went from alcohol to tech is there's a lot of relevant, when I was working in alcohol, I was working in media. So you can take that skill set over. When I was at Twitter, I had various clients. So I had alcohol, I had CPG, I had automotive, and I think there's a lot of similarities you can pick. So for example, how we distribute a product is through wholesaler networks. So that's our customer, not our consumer. When you look at automotive, similarly, they have dealerships.
Right.
When you look at, fast casual, like a McDonald's, they have, owners of those franchisees
or whatever.
Yeah. So how I did it, or at that point, is I related, that skill set from the wholesaler and how to sell to a customer, to various customers on that side. So I think what you do is you find like whatever inkling that could, trade over to what you're trying to get into and highlight that.
So I think what Sam is saying, and I think that's so brilliant, is like almost pick apart the component piece of what you do. Like, I make marketing collateral. I have a consumer product. Is your, like, wherever you want to go next, is that a consumer product? Does this job make marketing collateral? Do you sell B2B or do you sell B2C? Do you work with wholesalers or intermediaries? I think that's great advice. And then you just write your resume or the cover letter or your outreach to say, I have experience doing blank, blank, blank. I think this could translate.
Yeah.
Right?
That's relative. Yeah.
I love that, Sam.
Yeah.
That's it for today. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. This was wonderful.
You are wonderful, Sam. I'm a huge Sam fan. So thank you, and come back Thursday if you want to hear about Sam's career, what she's doing at Phusion Projects, how she got to be in a CMO certification class, and what's next for Pirate Water.